to Speculation Sunday on a Tuesday. Thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your day to hang out with me and Just Ask Danny in the house.
Hello,
Danny,
hello.
how are you doing? Are you surviving this heat?
Yeah, no, for it's been really bad lately. I think the hard part was this week's a little bit better. Last week we had high humidity. We had in the 70 percentile, which puts us really close to Florida. So I didn't like that. I wasn't liking that at all. So
Dude, I feel the last 2 weeks have been some of the hottest all year. That's just how I feel. I don't know if other people feel that way, but I feel like these 2 weeks, being at the theme parks, being outside, it's hurt. I feel like it's hurt, man. Um, Thank you, everybody. Today, the whole goal, for the most part, talk some Halloween. Everybody,
let's do it.
before we get started in any of that, Danny, any content, podcasts, anything on the horizon from your end?
Yeah, I have a new video coming out. Let's see, not tomorrow, but the next day.
Cool.
And it's going to be on some updates at Disneyland again. So look forward to that.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. We got the Bammer becoming a member.
The Bammer.
Buffer. Thank you, Bammer. Let's go. 48 freaking months. A Bammer. Thank you, Bammer. Before we get like super into horror nights, because I feel like that's kind of what I want to talk about. That's what everybody wants to talk about. This is the live stream today to really get into that. But before we go super horror nights, we got to talk a little bit about some Oogie Boogie Bash, because that'll be the actual Halloween event that's going to be kicking off in like a day or two. Roger Rabbit getting moved on over to Hollywoodland, and they put up all these really cool walls that are just kind of meant to cover things. But this is really just for Judge Doom himself. Danny, why do you think they moved Judge Doom over here instead of having I guess it's Soren? That would be the best way to describe his previous area. What do you think?
I think it's because this event goes all the way through August or all the way through October, excuse me. And what we know is happening is Portos construction is going to begin. And that side of DCA is going to be affected in some way, whether it's just the backstage area or whatnot. But I feel like it's going to bleed into that space. We're going to see construction walls pop up behind Soren. And that'll be they probably just didn't want to have to figure out moving that during the event, as the construction inevitably started. Not only that, too, they're going to be starting construction on the Grand Californian Hotel. They were doing construction on the whole hotel before the 70th, and they had to pause it during the 70th kickoff, and now they're starting it again. So there's going to be external construction on the outside, like painting and stuff. So that might take up some space, and like crews in and out of there. They probably just don't want people in that space.
That makes total sense. We got Rylan Henning becoming a member. Fires! Thank you so much for joining the Five Fire. I'll be getting some emojis out there for this Halloween time. We're going to get a lot. Trust me. I'll start working on that, because
we're going to need a Art the Clown one for sure.
Art the Clown. Just Halloween, period. We need tons of Halloween emojis here on the channel. We got a gigantic super chat. What? Wow. Wow. And like, look again. You're amazing. It's Dex dropping $50. It's Dex. Five Fires. Thank you so much for supporting the fire. You're amazing. Are you kidding me? You're amazing. Danny, we have to go on to the next one. This right here, I don't have the best picture because I just did a video. I totally forgot to do a picture. But this is Syndrome. This is going to be Incredibles villain. The only real thing we have to go off of is this little kind of backdrop thing. How do you feel about the Syndrome meet and greet right here?
I would love him to be in the Incredibles neighborhood of Pixar Pier, but I know logistically that's just not really a doable space for a treat trail. Plus, an attraction that generally will have a long queue, sometimes extending outside of the queue itself. So they need that space. They've got a food cart there too, so not really a lot of wiggle room in the Incredibles neighborhood. But it would have been cool to have it there. Maybe even I would have kind of liked it to see it over underneath the overhang, like that little weird overhang area that's like next to the launch of the Incredicoaster.
Mm,
That could have been cool too. Pixar Promenade is easy because like there's really great guest flow in that area, so they can kind of get people in and out. So it makes sense logistically why they're using that space. But it's fun. We talked about it in Mondo's video. If you guys haven't watched it already, we definitely think he's gonna
He's
make
going to
fun
be
of
a
people.
roaster. He's going to be mean.
Yeah, he's gonna be making fun of people.
I
We
just
we think
haven't
that
seen Incredibles in a long time, Daddy. So like, I don't remember anything about Syndrome.
yeah, I feel like he's gonna basically treat everyone who's in costume as like a superhero, and so he's gonna say like he's gonna make fun of people like, what kind of superhero costume is that? Like, what are you supposed to be like? That's kind of how I feel he's gonna roast people.
Mm. I'm really curious how they're going to pull off the hair because Syndrome, it's like a lot. You know what I mean? It has to be some kind of wig extension thing or whatever. But to finish things off, we have one more to talk about, at least of what we know. Um, Dang, I didn't even post it. Wow, I thought I posted it. Oh. Did you post the Maleficent, Danny, by any chance on
I
Twitter?
I did, and I just posted the Judge Doom one. But the Maleficent one showed up over there in Grizzly River Run area.
Let's take a look. Starts me off like the furthest down.
No, I
Uh,
didn't post it. I didn't
oh,
post
you
it.
did it. Damn.
No, no, no,
Oh my
no.
gosh. Long story short, Maleficent is going to be at Grizzly River Run, where we've met Mother Gothel before in previous year. She's going to be there. Um, that's kind of it. There's not really much more to talk about with Oogie Boogie Bash. I know they kind of put out a foodie guide, which I guess I got to talk about. I don't want to be, I don't want to be hater. I don't want to be a hater on Oogie Boogie. We got to talk about it. Is it this one? Gosh, they do not make it easy. The Disney Parks blog is not as smooth as it used to be. Right here, Danny. Look at this. Look at this. They got the foods, which nothing has changed. I don't, as far as I know. It's just not exciting. The food's not exciting. The special sipper is going to be available this week because Oogie Boogie does kick off this week. That thing is awesome. Uh, and we actually got Oogie Boogie merch. You know what? I commented on this Instagram post that they did. They need to release a Spirit jersey that doesn't say Oogie Boogie Bash. It's just, Halloween or whatever. I think that'd be cool if they released a non Oogie Boogie Bash version, Danny. You think that'd be something like a good idea, or you just strictly keep it Oogie Boogie Bash?
They could do Oogie Boogie Bash, but they don't have to put the year, I
Oh, just
guess.
take the year off. Yeah, get
Yeah,
the
take the year off so that they're applicable to like any year you want to wear it. Um, a lot of the Oogie Boogie Bash stuff, I feel like doesn't sell as much as it used to. It used to be crazy, like everyone
Oh,
would.
dude. The first year of Oogie Boogie, nothing stayed on the shelves. Nothing. This year, I don't know. I really like that Spirit jersey, but it's 90 degrees out here. You know what I mean? I'm not encouraged to buy it.
Yeah, it
The
looks good though.
ears are
The
nice too.
the ears look good. I like that bag is like kind of oversized. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, they did
So,
a good job with this merch. This Oogie Boogie stuff is nice. Really, really nice. And that's it. That's it
well, I
for.
think that the thing that's crazy to talk about, which we haven't really discussed yet, is the first Oogie Boogie Bash is this coming weekend. I think,
Sunday.
right?
Sunday.
Sunday, and the Halloween season for Disneyland doesn't start yet. So
until
this
like Friday, 5 days later.
Yeah, so this is interesting because they're gonna have to release Halloween foods on the day in DCA in Disney California Adventure Park for Oogie Boogie Bash, but Halloween season doesn't start yet. So it's gonna be interesting to see if DCA just starts Halloween that day and then just has the food available all week long, and then Disneyland kicks off theirs that week too. So it's like a weird time frame because this is the first Oogie Boogie I think that started before the Halloween season actually started.
I've
So
never seen it like that, dude. It is odd. Usually cast member preview is like Thursday.
Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday.
Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like soon. We're gonna get Oogie Boogie Bash spoilers very, very soon. Before we leave Disneyland, though, we have to bring this up because it's actually like very big news in my opinion. Where are these photos? Gosh, I'd be posting too much on the Twitter. We have vertical construction out there in Avenger Campus, and I've seen a picture from someone that posted from today. They're like putting roofs or whatever. Like it's more progression that has happened. What are your thoughts, Danny? I know we talked about it in the video, but just this type of energy, dude. This is some power energy all of a sudden happening out of Disney, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how fast they're going, how fast they're moving on this. They really, when they said turbocharged, he's really meaning turbocharged, and we're seeing the results of that. They really want to make sure, now when I hear Avatar potentially opening in 28, maybe even 29, it makes sense to me. Like, I believe it based on these timelines that we're seeing over here in Avengers Campus, because if they're moving that fast there, but the thing is too with this one, they've already got most of the major stuff in play. They just got to really get moving on it. They don't have to worry about like a whole land. This is just like one attraction being added on. So I feel like when they have the ability to turbocharge, but people are pointing out online that it's funny that we went vertical already in Avengers Campus on a new dark ride, that's a little bit more immersive than most, before the Encanto attraction did in Animal Kingdom, which started preparation so long ago when they tore out the Primeval World. So people were making fun of that, how Disney World still hadn't gone vertical yet.
Yeah. It's crazy. I super props to the Disney teams. Obviously, they're not messing around. They're not trying to spread cost of this construction over 3 or 4 years. They're trying to get this project done. They really are. And it's obvious. Vertical, literally. It's Dex dropping another soup. You're amazing, bro. My girlfriend and I love your videos, especially, of course, your HHN updates. Right now, we're excited and going on September 27th. Thanks for being Best Update Channel 5 Fire. Woo! Thank you. And we're about to talk a lot of Horror Nights in a little bit. All right, that's it with Disney. There's more that could be talked about, but we'll save that. That's for a different day. There's a big article that got dropped, and we got to watch a video, Danny, just to get in the mood. We got to get in like the right mood for this, because this is a lot of Horror Night conversation that's about to start. Let's do this.
Wanda, what did you film this on back in the day? Was that the Sony?
Dude, this was a Canon EOS D or something.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I still have that camera. It takes great photos, shockingly. How does that make you feel, Danny? Watching a video like that, dude.
I missed the ceremony. I don't think we haven't really had a ceremony since that day, right?
We've had ceremony, but not like that. Like this was some crazy stuff going.
Well, we haven't had like ceremonies where like they hold the people back and
yeah, and especially
quasi ceremony every 15 minutes, like. But that's not the same as
this. There was one ceremony period. Like you get one at the beginning. That was it. Like being in the front was like something special back then. All right, let's get down to business because there's a lot to talk about. The Hollywood Reporter, for whatever reason, they've been getting all the inside scoops on everything. It's kind of crazy. I don't ever consider the Hollywood Reporter of, hey, what's the next horror night update? Oh, it's Hollywood Reporter. Have you checked it? Never. Not one time. But that's how this season's playing out. They wrote an article. Shout out to Abby White right here. And they go into detail about a lot of stuff. So this is going to be very important right here. And I want to get into it. They talk a lot about Florida too, but we don't really care about that. Fallout. I'm going to go over this, and then we'll go back and forth on all this, Danny. The first house, oh my gosh, is it one of those articles where I can't highlight it? Yep. Gosh, I hate.
Don't highlight it. You don't need to highlight it.
All right, I won't highlight. I'm so used to it. The first house announced as part of this year's event involved working closely with Fallout team and Amazon Prime. The teams were provided assets access to recreate the TV series universe, including full turnarounds, 3D models of the ghoul and his face, so that even the masks are identical to what they look like in the show. There was also a teaser created specifically to aid the house's creation that filmed one of their characters for us to tease their second season in the house. What? Danny, they're promoting the second season at Horror Nights. I didn't know that. I posted this stuff, but I haven't read it because I wanted to have a genuine reaction to what we're going to go over. Within the house experience, Aiello notes that it will be different from one of 2023's most popular house, The Last of Us, in that structurally the experience will take on a montage feel where there's an order of events to the house, but we're using time as the connective tissue jumping to place, so we're able to deliver the variety of environments the series and the game possess. The experiences on both coasts will be appearance heavy, primarily through Lucy and her journey. Still expect to see the Ghoul and Maximus, but also, as Aiello and Saul's note, the Rad Roaches, T60s, and Raiders all set the franchise's 1950-inspired soundtrack. Orlando's team is hyped traveling to Philadelphia in a battle between the Ghoul and a life-size T60. For the Hollywood house, Murdy says event goers will get to experience stepping into the wasteland with a big cyclorama to make it feel endless all around you and convey that the post-apocalyptic horror. Fans also navigate the Ghoul's graveyard, ghoul-infested super-duper mart, alongside an encounter with an irradiated bear, one of the biggest creatures ever built. With the clay alone on it, the sculpt weighs over 500 pounds. Why is something that weighs 500 pounds being created like this? What? Danny, what is your reactions to all of this? This is insane. This is insane.
Uh, I'm gonna need to have you Google what the hell a cyclorama is.
Yeah, what's a cyclorama? Yeah, I'm not even gonna act like a cyclorama.
Rama. I don't know what that is.
Uh, what is a cyclorama? All right, Danny. What the hell is a cyclorama? A cyclorama, often shortened to cyc, is a large curved backdrop used in photography, film, theater to create an illusion of infinite space or a seamless background. Huh. Okay.
Okay. So they're probably gonna make the illusion outside windows and stuff like that uh that you're seeing out into the wasteland beyond kind of what is in the house that you're walking through. So it's
Mm.
like you've stepped into that world. A little more immersion.
This is kind of like a great picture of what the heck that is. Yeah, I guess it's that you're looking far beyond what the wall is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever watched the Fallout show or the games or anything of that nature?
I know nothing about Fallout. Not a single
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I'm in the same boat. I've tried to watch the show twice and I can't get past episode 3. We do have to bring up the bear though, Danny. Fallout
The
show.
irradiated bear.
Whoa! What the freak?
What the Babu freak?
What the Baba freak? Trying to get a picture of that like there it is, Danny. A 500-pound bear. I don't know, dude. That's gonna be terrifying. I'll be the first one to say I'm terrified of bears. Bears will jack you up. Just a regular bear, not this radioactive, whatever they were calling it, kind of bear. Wow. I'm assuming this exact scene will probably be played out in that, and you're gonna probably walk by the bear's head or something. Whoa, that's some crazy detail. I didn't know the article was going into stuff like that, dude. We got a super chat. Wish I could donate more, but saving up for Midsummer. Hey, save your money for Midsummer. Don't even, dude. Midsummer, have a blast.
And they're going with Goldbat. Goldbat.
Going with Goldbat. Hope to see you there. Let's go. That horror guy, you already did things right. The Goldbat, it's honestly the only way to go. You got priority access, brother. It's worth its weight in gold when you see the regular line all trying to get in, and the Goldbat line just walks right in to the event. It's chaos. Getting into the event's chaos. We got also another super chat from Lupe. Hey Mondo, I'm Dex's girlfriend. We love the video. Wow, Dex and Dex's girlfriend just dropping fire. We love the videos. Can't wait for more HHN content. What maze are you looking? What maze are you most looking forward to? Mine is FNAF. Terrifier. What about you, Daddy? At this point in time, what is the number one maze?
Five Nights for me, of course.
Dude, yeah, it's hard to choose because like I just want to see what if they're gonna do Art the Clown right. But Five Nights at Freddy is probably gonna be the most like whoa, oh my god, you know what I mean? These big ass animatronics and they're moving to scare you, and the music, and it's gonna be crazy. But Lupe, thank you, you and your boyfriend. I appreciate you guys so much. Also, we got Christian dropping a super chat. Hello, Mondo. I like watching updates. I'm going to my first HHN. I don't know nothing, but gonna have fun anyways. I know we've asked this, or we've like talked about this before, Danny. 2 tips for a first-time goer. Just off the top of your head, 2 tips.
The 2 tips I always give are to get there really, really early so that you don't have to worry about the parking situation because it can get kind of hectic if you get closer to the event. And then the other one I always say is to eat beforehand. whether that's somewhere outside Universal or coming early and eating at City Walk. I recommend eating at City Walk somewhere. Go to
Bevo,
Panda
Panda,
Express,
oh,
Vivo, wherever you want to go.
Firehouse.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, there's very good tips. Those
Yeah,
those
those are
seem
the
like
best two
simple
tips because
tips that could be overlooked, but those are like legitimate good tips, dude. Like
mhm.
honestly. My two tips: buy early entry, just along with what Danny's saying, get there early. My second tip, it would be to like try to get a game plan for like your first 2 hours. Those are like the most critical time because the event only gets busier and it only really kind of calms down to like midnight to 2. That's kind of when it calms down. So your first 2 hours are very critical of like, do I want to do FNAF, Jason, Scarecrow? You know what I mean? Like plan that out because going to horror nights with like I'm just gonna go with the flow. You're gonna get rocked. You will get rocked. I promise you. Because you're gonna be like, this has a 40-minute line. Let me try something else. Oh, that got an hour line. Oh, Jason Universe got a 3 hour line. Terrifier's 5 hour. Like, dude, it gets bad. You gotta have a plan. But Christian, the whole point is for you to be scared. So enjoy that, man. That's what you're paying for. I know it sounds weird to tell people that, but that's what you're paying for. Danny, did you want to bring something up? My bad.
No, I just said I'll read the Terrifier one next.
Yeah, dude. Go, Danny. I want you to read this.
So for the Terrifier house, it says conceptualization on the house began ahead of Terrifier 3's release and will feature an onslaught to your senses that not only includes a litany of smells, bad and good, but extensive effects that evoke the feeling of being showered in a symphony of blood. Both teams tease. There's probably more of those types of effects created for this house than we've ever done before, says Birdie. So that's the Hollywood side. And it's so intense, Sauls notes, that Orlando event goers should not only prepare, but also consider taking the second ending to the house if they want to avoid getting wet. Our drip lines that we have above your head in houses are typically about 10 to 20%. They are opening those up to 100%. They are over your head, and there's a water blast coming at you from the side. It's all doused in red light, she says.
You gotta keep going, Danny. Keep going.
All that blood splatter will be in tribute to Art the Clown, who Murdy notes has invited us into this funhouse to view his works of art in a narrative that is not a greatest hits of Terrifier, but a single setting with a narrative. So in addition to the expected funhouse locations, fans will traverse the Clown Cafe food court and Art's bathroom for a sequence that's worse than it is in the movie, Murdy warns, along with a moment that embodies Halloween's revenge on Christmas and a tunnel of love, with Sauls teasing a gory and disgusting environment featuring decapitated swan boats. Murdy notes that event goers can look up amid all that terror to find that Art has given his scenes fun names like Silly Saws and Naughty Potty made on little signs out of blood. And within those scenes, the house will feature Art's best kills from all across the three films, sometimes twisted in an even more disgusting way, but also new, fresh kills that are in line with the new horror icon style.
What the fuck? That's my only opinion of that. Oh, well, damn. Damn. Well, let's start off with the first thing, Danny. The hoses being turned up to 100%. Are you serious, dude? What are your thoughts on that? I don't even know what to relate that to. There's nothing. The Mosasaurus splash. I don't know what else to relate it to.
The Mosasaurus splash in the maze.
Let me ask this, Danny. Is that too much? Is that just too much, dude?
I don't know. 105 on opening day last year. I welcome it. I welcome it, actually.
Yeah, I guess I could see that, right? It being 90 degrees, just splash me, art. I don't care about this kill right now. Just splash me. Um, the way that this is coming out, we're going to get new original kills. One thing that we do know about Art the Clown and this Terrifier house is Murdy and, the Florida team, they work closely with the creator of Terrifier, which was Damien Leone. So this whole creating new kills that are like worse and giving them fun names. What the hell? I don't know. The only thing that comes to mind, Daddy, there's just some sick and twisted stuff that's going down here at Terrifier, and it's going to be probably a house that we've just we've never experienced something like this.
What do you think about good smells and bad smells? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, they put potty, what was it? Naughty potty or whatever. Obviously, it's going to smell like potty. Good smells, I'm assuming, is Christmas. Like, maybe it smells like gingerbread or something, Danny. I don't, like, when I think of the Terrifier franchise, I don't think of any good smells. Like, nothing comes to mind at all. That's like a good smell. So, this just sounds jacked up, Danny. I feel we're going to get David as Art at the HHN panel.
Enjoy the new car.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Yeah, isn't it?
Get 0% APR for 60 months.
You can't.
Plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles.
There we go. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Yeah, Terrifier sounds like it's going to live up to exactly what we think it is. Extremely gory, over the top, and John Murdy himself has said they're not holding back. They're not holding back. We got Bree! Super chat. So excited to finally catch a live fire! Thank you, Bree. I don't know if you're into Horror Nights, but that's what we're talking about right now. But thank you for supporting the fire, Bree. All right, let's keep going, Danny. Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's go! All right. I'll read this one, Dad. We'll take turns. 2023 Hollywood's Blumhouse Behind the Scream showcase highlighted Five Nights at Freddy's 8-foot-tall animatronics, which we saw in person. We literally felt the height. They're huge. A moment for Murdy that led to a decision. The only possible way to do this is with Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Both Orlando Hollywood teams connected and brainstormed on their ideas before bringing their blueprint to Henson, who helped affirm what was possible. Then Murdy's notes they divided and conquered, with Hollywood taking the lead on creating the most complicated animatronic figure that we've ever done for Halloween Horror Nights. Wow! Wonder who that is. While the animatronics are impressive, Saul explains that guests will see these characters in a variety of ways, with some fully animatronic, some that are puppeteered, some that will move in a way that you think they're costumes. The Blumhouse film team and Five Nights at Freddy filmmakers were building those costumes and their setups to get a shot. For our application, it's about how we create something that could sustain the amount of time it is in front of our guest and the length of time that our event is open. With the house, Murdy teases HHN goers will see a fully animated Freddy Fazbear performing like he would in the movie or in the video game, in a space that mirrors the textures, the tones, the carpet, the pizzeria booths of the film. According to Sauls, in addition to the dilapidated showroom, she teases walking through the pizzeria kitchen, janitor's closet, security room, where there's a complete one-for-one replica. While much of the focus is on the house advanced tech, Murdy notes that they haven't forgotten about the human element essential to delivering the jump scares with a little more gore. It's also in the films, but it's the kids who live inside the animatronics. So there is a thread going on in the house of the ghosts kids showing up. There are all those guys who broke into trash the place. You get quick shots in the film of Carl when his face has been ripped off by that horrible torture chair. But what I wanted to know, what happened to all of them? And to bring that level of scare to the experience as well. Danny, you are the Five Nights at Freddy professional. Does this sound exciting to someone who's a fan of the franchise? Like, what are your thoughts, dude?
It does sound exciting. I think I'm a little bit more excited for the puppeteering of it all, because I'm not gonna like. I don't want to put anything down because I know there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. But like if we look back at the Quiet Place, they really hyped up those animatronics, and while it was cool to walk through, it wasn't as scary as I'd want Five Nights at Freddy's to be with jump scares. The animatronics can only move so fast. They're really static. They only had limited movement. They're saying that this is a little bit more movement, but they really hyped up the Quiet Place animatronics as well too when they had teased those. And I really wasn't a big fan of that maze. You weren't either when we walked through it. So it was. I'm hoping that since there are some puppetry moments in this, those are going to be the ones that are the jump scares, the parts that jumping out at you, because it might just be, the puppeteers are only handling the head, like on one of the dark hallways that you're in or something like that, and it's jumping at you, just like it does when you're in the video game and you have that jump scare when Chica or Bunt or any of the characters get next to you, like. You see that moment when you die when the head's just coming at you, right? Mm-hmm. And so like that's how I'm picturing in my head. I hope that the jump scares happen in this maze. I was a little shocked, to say the least, when I saw on the lower lot that the pop-up food location is not Five Nights at Freddy's, and that it's Freddy themed. I was so shocked by that because I thought for sure we were going to have that pop-up pizza location. It's so easy for them to just make pizza. But maybe, do we know what the bar is going to be? Did they say that already, Mondo? Or is that
at the lower lot, confirmation, Jason Universe, not Five Nights.
So what about the bar? Do we know the bar yet?
The bar is going to be Slash. And I heard this rumor a lot, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, that Five Nights was just not going to have any bar, any food, and it's looking like it's going to be true. So maybe there was just a licensing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Either way, back to the maze, even if they are the animatronics that we saw when we saw A Quiet Place, I would still be really impressed because I think just seeing the costumes in any way move at all, like when you're looking at them, is creepy enough in and of itself, right? Even if they're not moving fast, quick. I think just seeing the fact that they're moving is creepy. And so that alone, I think, is going to be great. I think people just want to see them.
Yeah.
I mean, there was already big enough hype when we just had the costumes from the movie on display, a few years ago or a couple of years ago at Halloween Horror Nights. So now having, the actual costumes, but then they're moving as well too. I love the addition of the ghosts of the kids that make the costumes move. That's kind of a cool addition to the story. So I like that as well.
I wonder if one of the costumes will be kind of half kid, half animatronic per se. No, he's getting. They're eating me. I'm becoming the animatronic. Yeah, dude. Five Nights at Freddy really sounds like a lot of money was dropped. It's going to live up to the hype, and I think the fans are going to be.
It's got the stage building, and the stage building always has really impressive,
facades.
Facades, not the facade, but also the work inside. They can spend a little bit more of that money because it's not subject to the elements. They can do those bigger puppeteers and animatronics and stuff that are moving because they're not going to overheat. They're going to be air conditioned. So So this is definitely the place to do it, and I'm glad that we're gonna see what the facade's gonna look like for this, right? Because that'll be cool since they got all that time to do it inside there.
Sorry for missing a couple of the member chats. We're gonna catch up right now. We got Jamie Lynn, 31 months. Let's go. Jamie Lynn. Thank you, Jamie Lynn. Happy Tuesday, and just as Danny. So ready for spooky season. Excited for the panel this weekend at Midsummer. What do you think Birdie will talk about? I think because Aiello is also going to be here, which is the creative from Orlando. It has to be the shared things. You know what I mean? So I have a feeling they'll probably go into Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. And I think WWE. Those are like my two guesses. I don't know. I would hope Terrifier too, but I don't know. I really don't know. What do you think, Danny? What do you think they go?
Yeah, I would say I thought the same thing. They would do more of the shared things, or if they made it more Hollywood centric, they might go into a little bit more of what the Terror Tram is going to be like, and kind of explain like the parts of the tram that you were pointing out that maybe we didn't know. There's probably going to be parts of that tram walkthrough that are RIP related, right? So maybe sharing some of those things, like what's exclusive to RIP, what's not.
One thing too, Danny, John Murdy, like, he's really been building up some new experience that's coming to Horror Nights, and the only thing that's really left is DreamWorks Theater. So maybe he goes into DreamWorks Theater experience or whatever the hell that's going to be. It's going to be something new, something we've never seen at Horror Nights. So I don't know. Like, they only have so much time, and then they have to split it between two people. That's not enough time. I will say this though. If they start talking Orlando only stuff, I'm just going to check out. Like, I just do not care. We are here for Hollywood. So I just want to throw that out there. I don't care about Orlando. We got Virginia also gifting a membership. Thank you, Virginia. It went to Diamond Boy Disney. Diamond Boy Disney. Heck yeah. Thank you, Virginia. 5 fires. Thank you for supporting the fire. Let me see. Seriously, thank you for gifting that membership. We also got Frankie's Bride. Congratulations, Mondo, on your YouTube milestone. Content is fire. Here's to 100,000 more. I know, it's crazy. 200,000 on YouTube. We hit 100,000 on Instagram. 6,000 on the X. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm trying my hardest everywhere. But Instagram, I'm really super proud of that one. Instagram, I gave up for a little bit, and then I came back, and getting to 100,000 is, like, to me it was hard. I don't know. Other people, they've got there pretty fast, but for me it was hard. But thank you. I appreciate that. I think that, and then we also got It's Dex becomes a It's Dex best. Wow. Welcome, It's Dex. Let's go. Yeah, I'll have some emojis up for Midsummer Scream, so don't even worry. I will be live streaming a lot for Midsummer Scream specifically. Okay, It's Dex. Thank you. Let's keep going because we got a lot more to talk about. All right, Danny, you take on this one, dude.
This one's for Rudio. WWE presents The Horrors of the Wyatt Six House, a collaboration led by Orlando's Aiello. The idea was conceived, the Wyatt Six debuted, and their entrance was them wreaking havoc and destroying environments unique to the backstage of a WWE live show. It looked like one of our haunted houses on live television, so I placed a call as soon as Raw ended. After reaching out to Marty Miller, Senior Vice President and Director of WWE TV, the parks teams came together with WWE Director of Character Development Rob Fee for what Aiello teases as a haunted house experience that recreates the entrance as if you're walking in the footsteps of the cameraman. In Orlando, you'll venture through the derelict and abandoned Firefly Funhouse featuring remnants of The Fiend's influence before being surrounded by imagery of WWE media taken over by Uncle Howdy before you dive into the minds of the Wyatt Six. Scary monsters and characters are promised in various environments, such as Abby's Witch Hut, where she can crawl all around you, teases Sauls. Human victims are pecked and consumed in Huskus the Pig Boy and Mercy the Buzzard's realms, alongside Rambling Rabbit's spiraling Tea Party inspired dimension where their mouths are sewn shut. That's along with new characters unique to the house, a ton of Easter eggs for WWE fans within environments that live and breathe the same level of textures that exists in the ring. And it says, in Hollywood, Murdy's take is partly inspired by seeing the wrestlers of the early 70s live. Mingled with the creative universe and cinematic storytelling approach of Bray, fans are greeted by Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt compound. This bayou in the middle of a swamp and an environment I've never done at Horror Nights with Fireflies that will feature music as part of the entry. Throughout the house, there will be inspirations, set pieces, or more tied to Bray's rocking chair, the cave Uncle Howdy said he brought the Wyatt Six from, the Uncle Howdy sessions, and Bray's lantern. We use the whole idea of follow the lantern and follow the light of the fireflies to take you into the supernatural realm of the Wyatt Six, says Murdy. In every scene, you're going to see the lantern, and it keeps showing up in different ways in different locations.
Holy smokes! Well, the Hollywood version, this sounds crazy. I always look at it like this, Danny. It's a new original. It's never before been done. To me, it's exciting. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, it's WWE. How is this Horror Nights? Well, there you go. That's how it's Horror Nights.
Yeah, and in the queue of Jurassic 2, that's a perfect setting for like a swamp-like environment, you know?
Got high trees over there, dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I think it looks cool. I think it sounds really awesome. I like that they're both different. Florida, from what we've been told from Rudio, has a really huge WWE following, a massive WWE following. So it's cool that they've really taken more of an approach of paying homage to WWE as a whole and to like different little Easter eggs hidden and stuff, whereas John Murdy's kind of going with a different take. They're really playing to the fans they know are going to show up and come to that event, which is awesome. So.
Jennifer says, I already know Orlando's version is going to be better than ours, but I'm so excited to get to experience this WWE house. I know I'm going to get emotional instead of scared. Our house sounds like we're going into different dimensions and portals and follow the light, follow the fireflies. I think one of the things that a lot of people are like craving with this, Danny, is the whole the fun house, right? That's what it's called in the beginning.
The Firefly Funhouse. Yeah.
Firefly Funhouse. You're gonna have to go to Florida for that one. I know nobody wants to hear that here in Hollywood. But that's just how it's playing out. They wanted to make these very different. So yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know it was going to be like that. Okay. I'll go right here, Danny. Jason Universe. I'm very excited to read whatever this is. Both Hollywood and Orlando have partnered with the Horror Inc. for House that uses distinctive storytelling treatments for Friday the 13th, 45th anniversary. Hollywood's storyline is partly inspired by tourists who flock to the real-life summer camp that served as the original film's setting, alongside urban explorers who visit abandoned and derelict locations, and dark tourists who travel to places associated with death and tragedy. Guests will arrive in the present day, where they'll join a group of content creators working with fictional company Death Tours, who made the terrible mistake of breaking into Camp Crystal Lake. Oh my land. Says Murdy, they're making videos on your going to the snippets, and they're making videos and you're going to see snippets of their videos as you go along. Drawing material from the first 8 films, attendees will see iconic franchise locations like the Shack in the Woods, the cabins, the graveyard, and barn, alongside appearances from young Jason who drowned, Sackhead Jason, Jason in the hockey mask, as well as the 6th and 7th film's version of that, where he's just a rotting corpse with maggots, says Murdy. In Orlando, you'll see similar locations, and it's also set up at the camp, but we're really playing off the version that Jason Universe has for Jason. That version of the character Greg designed, says Aiello. That is the entire front half of this experience, which Aiello notes expands on the idea that Jason can be anywhere at any time. He is relentless. We wanted this to be violent and unyielding, to be the idea that Jason Voorhees appears as a force that is unbelievable. As soon as he's there, you're around a corner and there he is again. It's a very claustrophobic experience that exploits Jason's size and scale as you're moving through the house. Wow, they're going crazy in Orlando. In the first half, it's intense. The second half will be brutal, says Souls and Aiello, noting that HHN goers will walk through an oversized Jason hockey mask before they face down the gauntlet of Jasons from across 8 films. Imagine a quick cut living montage of every visage of Jason. I wonder if they meant vision. Every visage of Jason. I believe that back half is gonna be some of the most intense scares we've had.
What's funny, Mondo, is that back half sounds exactly like the way the Michael Myers maze ended, where all the different Michael Myers were at the end, and you're walking through every version of him, and some of them are dummies, some of them are real people.
Yeah,
it sounds exactly the same.
I gotta bring it up. Hold on. I gotta bring it up, Danny. I think it was Halloween 4. Halloween 4, 5 Fires. Yep. It's right here, Danny. Let me bring it up. We're gonna show some flashing. I know there's some people that are like, I don't want to see flash. I'm gonna show flashing right now. You have been warned. You've been warned. Let me go.
You gotta go to the very end.
All right, here, Danny. I thought that was a dummy. So maybe a more intense version of that, Danny.
Yeah, but that's exactly, when they're describing it, it sounds exactly like that.
Yeah. Damn. What do you think about the idea about Hollywood's version that it's going to be like we're following the Death Tours content?
Yeah, I like that. You know, actually, that when you were reading that, it sounded a lot to me like the premise of Graveyard Games, right? From one of the mazes I've always liked from Orlando. I liked the idea of the clips too, the video clips playing, because that's also kind of like Graveyard Games. Also, kind of like Origins at Knott's Scary Farm as well too. You know, Universal doesn't really use a lot of screens in theirs to kind of help the storyline move along. So this will be interesting. You're seeing those clips of people that are filming those videos, you know, the people that are those urban explorers that are, you know, visiting abandoned locations, and people who like to travel to those like haunted shacks that are, you know, witch sacrifice locations or something like that.
That's the vibe,
I guess. And it's funny because it's just down the street of, you know, where they had filmed scenes from Camp Crystal Lake. So it's, you know, Horror Made Here used to take you on a hayride through Camp Crystal Lake on the Warner Brothers studio tour lot. They don't do that anymore.
Warner Brothers, bring it back, bro. Bring it back, man. I'm extremely hyped for this. it's
Yeah.
kind of weird that Jason is not a headline in such a stacked year. It's just we're in for a god year at Horror Nights.
Yeah. Someone in the chat, Handsome Hanson, uh, brought up found footage. Jason found footage. I'm a huge sucker for found footage movies. I love those kind of movies.
That like
Cloverfield being
VHS or
it's Cloverfield, where like you're watching someone that's recorded something else, like found footage. It's Blair
yeah.
Witch, Cloverfield, where you're watching footage of someone else that has filmed something that's scary that happened, found footage. So we're gonna have that's what the clips are gonna be giving. They're gonna give that feel of like found footage. You're seeing people before they died, and then you're there where they died, and then now you're gonna die. So
You're next. Madam Mazel Papel Super Chat. Hi, Mondo. Danny, so glad to catch Speculation Sunday on a Tuesday. I'll be going to my very first HHN this season. I'm excited and incredibly terrified. You chose quite a year for it to be your first. We just talked to someone earlier being their first too. What is a good starter maze, Danny? You're going for the first time this year. What's a good starter maze? I don't think it should be Terrifier.
no, probably no, honestly, it could be Terrifier, and it could also be Five Nights at Freddy's. But I just have a feeling like I don't really feel like Terrifier is going to be all that scary. It's going to be gross, and it's going to be funny because he's doing like the funny stuff in it. But I feel like that's more of the comedic relief maze this year than any of the others. I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's is going to have jump scares like crazy because that's the whole premise of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a really good first maze to do.
I was going to say maybe Fallout.
Because you're watching like this, like with The Last of Us, you're more watching like scenes unfold rather than like being scared directly, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say Fallout's like a good choice. And then going to Monstros right there next door, just kind of, break the ice, just go right for it. Do you think Terrifier goes so over the top that it's just a comedy? Because that could happen. That could happen.
That's what they described. They said it's going to be.
It happens in horror movies where they get so ridiculous it's funny. You know what I mean?
That's what they said in the article we just read. He's joking. He wrote little names for each of the scenes. The scenes are going to be gross, but they're not going to necessarily be like this. It's not going to be like the scariest thing. I feel it's just going to be more like Killer Clowns vibes, but with more gore. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I'm getting.
All right. I think this is our last one, Danny. Here we go. All right, this one's like a twofer, Danny.
This is a twofer. So Poltergeist and Blumhouse. So the 15th anniversary of the Terror Tram. So as part of Hollywood's 2025 event, Universal Studios Hollywood is bringing two experiences familiar to event goers. Anyone who attended either coast in 2018 will remember the Poltergeist house based on the 1982 classic. This year, the West Coast event will revive it as part of a blast from the past, says Murdy. Fans can expect something very similar to the 2018 version, but in a couple of places we went, let's change this up. Because you learn things when you do a house, says the creative director, while pointing to the original house's kitchen sequence featuring rotting meat crawling on the counter, but no actors. We looked for the opportunity to increase the scare factor in different places like that. Also, backed by popular demand, this year's Terror Tram builds directly on the 2024 Blumhouse-themed experience. Unlike Poltergeist, this 15th anniversary celebration will offer a different slate of horrors centering on past and upcoming titles. After hijacking the Universal Park's computing systems and security protocols, Megan will serve as the tram host, welcoming guests first into a living trailer for Black Phone 2, a winter nightmare featuring different iterations of the sequel's version of the Grabber, before attendees are transported into the Further, where all the doors are red doors and all of the different demons and ghosts from that franchise are going to be attacking Murdy teases. The next section transforms key creative elements, including the black and red demon dimension theme from 2023's The Exorcist Believer House, into a walkable experience where you can now run into possessed girls and the demons. The final leg will take fans through a blacklight purge tribute. That's what you were seeing today, Mondo, where that you didn't know what it was. It's that final leg. So it's taking guests through a blacklight led purge tribute featuring new characters created specifically for HHN Hollywood's Terror Tram experience. And then it's back to Megan, who will welcome guests into a real-life version of Blumhouse as if Megan conjured it with AI. Guests can expect Megan glam shots as they navigate all the night's icons for one final terrifying gauntlet.
Okay. Lot to unfold here. How do you feel about Poltergeist getting additions? Did you ever go through that one, Danny? I have not. For me, I have not.
I did not remember. I don't remember. I mean, I went in 2018, so I had to have done it, but I can't remember it. So that's you went in 2018, didn't you? Or was 2019 your first year doing it?
No, I went in 2018, but I went after work. And it was like 3 hours of traffic to get to Hollywood. And I had the most miserable time. I waited like 4 hours for Walking Dead. And I did like the most worst house ever. The stupid funny one that they did. Was it 2018 or 2017? It was like This Is the End. Whatever year that was. I had a terrible time at Horror Nights. But I like that. This is music to my ears that Murdy was like, we didn't have actors in certain scenes and we're adding to it. So the fact that they're adding actors instead of like, oh, we're just going to put more animatronic or whatever. I think that's a great thing. It's a very good thing. I like it. To me, it sounds like, hey, we have a bigger budget. We could do way cooler stuff. And that's how I'm interpreting all that.
Yeah, sounds like it too. I like the fact that they're going to pay homage to the original. So people who were a fan of that will be like, oh, I remember this scene. Oh, I remember that. And then it'll just be plussed up. So that's kind of cool. And maybe they even have kept some of the old props. They can bring some of those back and people will remember that too. So that'll be kind of fun.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a cooler version of what we've had. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing. Before I keep going any further, I guess I missed the super chat. I apologize. Johnny, was it Johnny? Dropping 5. This is also a tribute to Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt. This was his work of the Wyatt 6. No, there's like a lot of lore that goes into the whole like Aiello and Bray connecting to create something for Horror Nights. I think it's going to be a very special, emotional thing for many people because WWE is gigantic. We just saw WWE streaming rights get bought for like $1 billion by Disney, which, what the hell? WWE going to Disney? It's some crazy stuff. But no, it's going to be, I feel like there's going to be some like probably dedicated remembrance of Wyatt for sure happening in these mazes in both coasts. I don't know what those interpretations will be just yet, but I feel too there's going to be a lot of wrestlers that are going to come for the Wyatt 6 house. Maybe just for sure opening day, but I'm talking about throughout the haunt season. I think there's going to be a lot of wrestlers like celebrity wise that are going to want to see these mazes in both coasts. But thank you, Johnny dropping 5 for the Terror Tram. Danny, this is where I'm at. I brought it up before. I have to be in the boat of like, I could get negative real quick on the whole Blumhouse thing. Because it is tiring. You go to Horror Nights for many years. This whole Blumhouse thing, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, and it's unrelenting how much they use Blumhouse. When I went to Horrors Unleashed in Las Vegas, and I saw a whole sit-down dining gigantic room dedicated to Blumhouse. I just had an epiphany of like, you know what? I guess I'm just going to accept that Universal and Blumhouse are just best friends. And I don't think I'm going to be as critical on this whole Blumhouse thing. I just kind of I'm in the like, I'm just accepting it is what it is. And, you know, I retired the Terror Tram real quick when we had the Larry Larva version. I just didn't like it. I don't have to keep doing it. It's your choice. You don't have to do these things. So we'll see how this one plays out. How do you feel about the Terror Tram, Danny? Does this excite you? Exorcist Believer, a movie nobody watched. Exorcist Believer is Blumhouse's like Elio. They want to keep trying to make it a thing, and it's not, dude. It's not. God damn, man. you give us your thoughts, Daddy. Terror Tram. Uh-oh. I think we lost Danny. I think he froze. Am I frozen? Can you guys hear me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Just lost Danny. Damn. Can you guys hear me? Let me ask that. Can you guys hear me? I feel like my computer is overheating or something. Before I keep going any further, we got Dex with the super chat. Oh, I'm going to send Danny a link again. Hold on. All right, I sent Danny the link. Hopefully he comes back. It's Dex dropping a $9.99. Universal Studios Hollywood over Disney. I saw Monsters Wall Down and I got excited for your next video. Thanks for the videos. They're making my girlfriend and I excited for your. They make my girlfriend and I excited for your next day updates. 5 fires. Elote horn. I haven't dropped the elote horn. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. I think we got Daddy back. Did we get Daddy back? Oh, Atlanta. We're just struggling out here. We're struggling. All right. I don't know. It's not letting Danny come back for some reason. I feel like the camera is like slowing. I think it's because my laptop's overheating. So crazy. Do I have like... Oh, what are these? Let me put some ice. Put some ice on my laptop. There we go. I think we got Daddy. It's like not letting him in for some reason. No. I wanted to hear Dad. No, we got Daddy back.
I blame Coco on the Wi-Fi's.
But it's Dex. Thank you, brother. I can't wait, man. One more elote horn for Dex. Hold on. Uh-oh, wrong one. There we go.
Yeah, your camera's getting laggy now, like your laptop's overheating or something.
Yeah, I think it's the laptop overheating, Danny. Before this thing overheats too much, your thoughts on the tear? Oh, we lost Dad. I think my laptop's overheating. Damn, it's that hot. That's crazy. I don't know what I need to do. It keeps booting me. I'm going to say one more try. One more try, Danny. Let me send him the link again. I wonder why that's happening. The whole... And I know I'm on good internet. That's the crazy part. Yeah, I'm for sure on the good internet. I think it's my laptop overheating. That's my guess. Okay. Let's see if we get Danny back. Come on, work! Work, computer! Danny! All right. Your thoughts on Terror Tram before you get booted again?
I like the concept that they shared on the article. It sounds kind of cool. I like the idea of the purge. I'm a purge person, so
Whoa. There we go. No, keep going, Danny. You're good. Can you hear me, Danny? Not hear me? Danny! You're still on the camera. We just lost it. All right. There's only one way to do this. Hold on. We're going the old school way.
Your call has been forwarded to
Let's see. Danny, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, dude. I think it's my laptop overheating, dude. I can't hear you. Is it muted? Muted? Oh, we lost it. Oh, man. It's my fault. It's not Danny's fault. I think it's my laptop overheating. Trying to call him. There we go.
Still lagging out.
Danny, what are your thoughts on Terror Tram? Last thing right here.
I like the idea of the purge. I was saying on the live stream before I got cut out. I'm a huge Purge fan, so I'll never get sick of it. So they can give me any. I like to see the whole Purge segment and the new people they created for the Purge segment of the show. So that'll be kind of fun. But I have no interest in seeing Black Phone at all.
Me neither.
So I'm not really into that. I know a lot of people really like it though, but that's just not for me. So, but I mean, it's going to be part of it. Megan's cool. She'll be fun as the Terror Tram host. I was wondering who's going to be the host, so it makes sense that they're kind of having her do it. So there's parts of it I'm looking forward to. I think it's funny though that they started that segment of the article. They're like, due to popular demand. I'm like, what person was fawning over the Terror Tram last year? I don't know.
Nobody.
I mean, I'll say this. I remember you saying on the first day, you were like, this is way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but nobody was asking for it to be Blumhouse. That's what I'm cool with Terror Tram, but not Blumhouse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's almost like when, as far as the Wi-Fi's go, when you're by yourself, it's working, but then as soon as you try to host someone, it freaks out, and then you're laggy, and then the other person's laggy. Each time it just kicked me off, and it just said, I sent you the screenshot of what it says when it kicks me off. It says stream destroyed. Whatever that means. I don't know
It's the purge. Your final thought, Danny? Reading all these new details, how do you feel about Horror Nights now?
I'm excited. I'm more excited than I was before, for sure. I'm ready to see, I'm more excited for Fallout, honestly, after reading some of those details than I was before, too.
Me too, dude.
So that's going to be good. Poltergeist, because I don't remember it. Maybe when I go through it, I'll be like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember this. And then it will kind of jog my memory, because I wasn't really filming Horror Nights back then. I was just going for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really remember a lot of that, because you just go through it. You're with friends and stuff. So that'll be interesting too. But I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I really hope there's some sort of Five Nights at Freddy's food, though. I'm kind of bummed that we got the Jason food, the Slash bar.
We're talking about $1 million just left hanging for no reason, dude.
I know.
Cupcakes, pizza, everything, dude.
Is there a chance it gets the place closest to Transformers? That place?
I don't think so. The reason I'm losing hope, because Florida hasn't got a Fallout booth or a Five Nights at Freddy's booth, or even a restaurant, something kind of changing to Five Nights at Freddy. We've got nothing in Orlando, and they're about to open soon. So I think the rumor of no Five Nights at Freddy food or just themed desserts or whatever, nothing's coming. Which I hope somehow we're proven wrong, but only time will tell, dude. Only time will tell. Well, Danny, I'm sorry. This stupid Wi-Fi. Thank you. Awesome live stream today, dog.
Yeah, the only thing I was gonna say that we forgot to talk about was we didn't talk about the panels and the presentations getting debuted for Destination D23, and there's nothing about parks or cruise line. Nothing.
I have thoughts,
not a single thing.
I don't know if I'm it's sad. I don't even know how else to say it. Dude, we gotta do a bonfire. I think we gotta do a bonfire, Danny, when my thing's not overheating. Because we gotta talk about that. Because it's right around the corner. It's some huge Disney stuff that's gonna get dropped soon.
I know, but we're no parks event.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Maybe they want to save it all for D23 next year.
That's stupid. Give us more Avenger details. Coco, Encanto. There's so many projects, and they're not going to talk about it. I don't know. I feel like they're just holding back, but they're going to give us stuff. Because all the rumors I've ever heard is there's good stuff coming out of Destination D23 that does involve parks, but yeah, the panel wise, it doesn't look promising at all.
So, what do you think? What do you think in the chat? Nate Dogg 1992 says maybe they'll announce Five Nights at Freddy's food at Midsummer. Is that something they would ever announce there?
Dude, I don't ever recall really foods being announced at Midsummer, dude. but Midsummer's so late, so anything's possible. Anything's possible. We'll see, dude.
It's a huge L for no Fazbear Pizza.
It's ridiculous, dude. Yeah, they were willing to do Surfer Boy Pizza, but they're not going to do Fazbear. Makes no sense. Maybe it was the creator. They had issues with that. You never know, dude. Licensing wise,
Yeah, you never know.
All right, Danny. Well, thank you, dude. Sorry for this stupid Wi-Fi.
Oh, no worries. We'll do a bonfire.
Yeah, for sure, dude. All
right.
Later, Danny.
Bye.
Sorry for not having Danny. I don't know I don't know what's going on. We tried 5 times to get him back on. I apologize. I do want to go over the super chat. I don't want to miss out. Theme Park Pass Danny. Happy Spooky Tuesday, going to Horror Nights opening day for my first RIP tour. Starting with a bang. What can I expect for a 6 p.m. slot? Well, you've chosen one of the best slots you could have. The earlier, the better. When you do RIP, you want an early one. What you can expect is an incredible time. Your tour guide, whoever it is, They're incredible. They're just A-plus team members. So they'll guide you wherever you're going in regards to house and the order that they do. And when you do a 6 p.m. RIP, you'll eat earlier than everybody else. And Moulin Rouge, which is the restaurant that RIP goes to, it'll be calm because you're the only ones in there because you're so early. You know what I mean? But you're going to have a blast. The best part about a 6 p.m. RIP is that your tour will end early and you'll have RIP access for the rest of the day because you'll still have your badge. And here in Hollywood, you could go to the RIP lines, which is better than Express. It's separate lines. There's Standby, Express, and RIP. And RIP, you literally walk into mazes. It's one of the best feelings in the world, honestly. But congratulations, Danny. Theme Park Pass Danny. You're going to have a fun time. It don't get better than RIP. And we also got another super chat from Ant Entertainment. Hope you got my piece. Want to hear it? I haven't got it yet. I'll see Noah hopefully soon. I have not. I just haven't seen Noah. I don't have any indication of what the art piece is, so it's all going to be like a surprise. Ant, thank you, though. I appreciate you sending that over. I just haven't seen Noah, but hopefully I see him this week. All right. I think that's going to be all for today's live. Really wanted to focus on Horror Nights because all those details, that's some crazy details that are coming out of that. The big thing that's happening this week on Sunday, 5 o'clock, live streaming Halloween Horror Nights panel from Midsummer Scream. So turn on your notifications. If for whatever reason you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We will be live Sunday, this Sunday, so in 5 days, Sunday, 5 p.m. here on this channel, Five Fires YouTube. We will be live other panels too, like Scary Farm. I don't know about Fry Fest and all that. I have to figure out all that, but for sure Scary Farm. I know there's a lot of Scary Farm fans that are like, we want to see, even though we know they're not going to announce nothing big, we want to see it. But Nightmares Revealed will be this following Tuesday. So big live stream coming out of Not Scary Farm as well next week. So a lot of big live streams. We're going to have a FNAF themed Panda Express. I just kidding. I have not heard anything like that. But thank you all for joining our Knott's adventure. Thank you, everybody. All the super chats, everybody here. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. That's going to be all for today's live. We were having technical difficulties, and I apologize. But hopefully this laptop don't know. I need a new laptop. I've just dropped too many coffees and water on this thing, and Max too. But it was like, it's not overheating anymore. I don't know. It's just I put these power berries from the freezer on them. Kind of cooled out the laptop. But thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your wonderful week. Hope you guys have a good work week. Big day on Friday. I hope to experience all of what Midsummer has to offer. And then Saturday, Sunday, we'll just be doing one-off live streams, and I'll like put it out there so like you could be prepared. But we should be live streaming all these big panels for sure. I can't believe it's Midsummer. It's literally like Christmas. I keep referring to it like that, but that's how I feel. I feel like it's Christmas. We're going to have some awesome gifts, awesome news, awesome gifts. All right, everybody, smash the like button on the way out. Thank you guys for supporting the fire. We are firing it down. The Cali Bay, just as Daddy, are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.